best budget phone out this year.
CMF Phone 2 Pro. Search now on Flipkart.
Day 8 of the 2025 Asia Cup finally gives us a game which has a lot on the line. Bangladesh are on the brink after having suffered a scathing defeat to Sri Lanka. They now meet Afghanistan, knowing that a defeat will mean curtains for their hopes of progressing to the Super Fours. We build up to the game on CMF by Nothing presents ESPN Cricinfo Timeout, where we have the company of Farveez, Maharoof and Abhinav Mukund. Gentlemen, thank you for your time. Bangladesh, this format and for the group of death in particular, it can go past you very soon, as Bangladesh are set to realize. Not left with any room for error, Abhinav, especially the batting. They really need to turn up.
Yeah, that's the thing with Bangladesh, right? They played, I think they've played a little conservatively, in my opinion, and especially against Afghanistan, I'd love to see them being brave. If they end up batting first, and Afghanistan's strength is not chasing, they love to bat first as well. Put runs on the board and be brave. They've hit a lot of sixes in the last couple of years. They've played a very different brand of cricket, but we've not seen that as much in the Asia Cup. Their first game, they got there in about 18 overs, and then they lost to Sri Lanka in under 15, which means their net run rate's taken a beating. So Bangladesh, the best thing they can do is play a really brave brand of cricket, put runs on the board, put pressure on Afghanistan.
Yeah, and that's what is perhaps offering the bigger sense of frustration and not just the result for Bangladesh fans, because their six-hitting prowess was talked up a lot coming into this competition. We, on the day of their first game, spoke about all the numbers and how good they're looking, and yet 2 games and nearly 40 overs of batting in, just the 3 sixes hit. Why is it not happening for them?
I think against Sri Lanka, the game when they lost a couple of wickets in the first 2 overs, that put them back a lot. And also just adding to what Abhi just said, even I like to see Bangladesh batting first and putting runs on the board. No pressure, just go out there, enjoy themselves. But lately they've been preferring to chase. They've been winning games chasing. So Afghanistan likes to bat every time. They want to defend whether there is due or not. They doesn't care because they want to defend it later. On the other hand, whereas Bangladesh prefers to chase it down. So this is where it gets interesting. But I'm with Abhi. I just want to see Bangladesh going out there, all guns blazing, Imran and Tanzit, play their natural game. When they do, they can be quite lethal against any bowling attack. So just to start with, if they bat first, do that. Or if they bowl first, I think somehow get Taskin Ahmed in the side. Because they're playing in Abu Dhabi. Pitchers are offering some pace and bounce. For certain reasons, he wasn't picked against Sri Lanka. And he's their number 1 bowler. And against Ramullah Gurbaz, against Sadiqul Lato, against Ibrahim Zadran, you need to pick up wickets, at least 2 of them. If Bangladesh can do that, early inroads to the top order, then you got the all-rounders. So this is where the game can be won or lost for Bangladesh. So it's a massive game. And the both plus point for both the sides, they're playing in Abu Dhabi, they know the conditions well.
Yeah, I want to focus on those openers just with you, Abhinav, because there was a lot of excitement around both Tanzid Hassan and Parvez Hossain Imon. What have you made of their campaign so far? They've really not made a mark.
I think they're struggling a little bit to adjust to the conditions more than anything else. They've played a certain brand of cricket, and that brand of cricket, sometimes when there is a little bit of extra bounce or sometimes there is a little bit of stickiness in the surface, you need to adapt and adjust. Those are the demands of international cricket. Unfortunately for them, I just feel like they've been found wanting. They're trying to play an aggressive brand of cricket, but unfortunately they haven't come off as much. And it'll be a test against Fazal Haq Farooqi. There's no doubting that. Fazal Haq Farooqi, Ala Ghazanfar are going to test them at the top. You've got the likes of Nabi, who might open the bowling again against these guys. Omar Zai also in the mix. But I just think that Bangladesh just need to get their eye in just a touch and try and hope that they score big. They've got the batting resource. They just need to trust in their ability to say, okay, we will do what we have done in the very recent past against Afghanistan. But I quite like these battles that we are talking about.
Because I'm just thinking, yes, it would be great to see Bangladesh be brave and be the 6-hitters or the big hitters that they have been off late. But against this Afghanistan bowling attack, not really easy.
No, it's going to be tough. I mean, only thing that I can think of, look at the matches being played in Abu Dhabi. The pitch seems to be skidding onto the bat against the spinners. So that might, be favouring the Bangladesh top order, because those players like when the ball is coming onto the bat. So this is the only fail. But I reckon with Fazal Haq Farooqi swinging the ball that he has, as well as Azmatul Omar Zai, when he gets the ball nice and full to swing it as well. It's going to be tougher, but you just need a good start. I mean, you don't see often 2 overs, 2 wickets, 2 maidens in T20 cricket, and it doesn't happen every time. So Bangladesh need to forget what happened against Sri Lanka, start fresh. I know it's easier said than done, but somehow you need to forget that and start from the scratch, because Tanzim as well as Farveez, if they get going, they can hurt the Afghanistan bowling side, in my opinion.
Yeah, it has only happened twice in the entire history of men's T20Is, so Bangladesh will be hopeful. The odds of it happening again, very, very low. Afghanistan, been a while since we saw them. It was day 1 of the tournament. You were around with us from that game, and it's been a while, and of course, different opposition. What were the major takeaways or the learnings for Afghanistan to implement?
As far as the bowling go, they look as strong as ever. They don't. I think this is the best combination that they're playing with Fazal Haq Farooqi and Omar Zai. If required, a Karim Janat's over here and there, or maybe Gulbadin Naib.
Yeah.
But their spinners are outstanding. They're world class. You've got Rashid and Noor who are at the top of the game. You've got Nabi and Ghazanfar as well. So you don't see many holes in their bowling lineup. I think their biggest issue is their batting. And they're again revolving around those 3 specialist batters in Gurbaz, who's been a touch out of form. You've got Sadiq-ul Atal, Ibrahim Zadran, who play the conservative brand of cricket. They expect, the entire team expects them, or one of them, to bat to about 12th or 13th or 14th over, so that the all-rounders can come in. It's a very set strategy which has worked for Afghanistan for a while, and I think that's exactly what they'll approach against Bangladesh as well, with Sadiq or Ibrahim Zadran being there at one end, and with the other batters trying to go. The best case scenario for them is one of Nabi or Omar Zai do what Omar Zai did in the last game, where he gets a 50 of 20, 25 balls. 160, 170 plus if Afghanistan get theirs, they are an extraordinary side.
Yeah.
And that's what they're hoping to do.
It's been about 14, 15 months since the last time these two sides met in a men's T20I, and it was a very similar situation. Bangladesh were on the cusp of elimination, Afghanistan were on the cusp of the next round, and we all remember what happened in Kingstown, don't we? Afghanistan made it through to the T20 World Cup semis, a match with a lot of drama, mind you. So recent history, Afghanistan's bowling stocks, Bangladesh's form at the moment. Afghanistan favourites for this?
I would say so, though coming into the Asia Cup, 3 tournaments, bilateral series won by Bangladesh. They beat Sri Lanka in Sri Lanka, they beat Pakistan in Bangladesh, and they beat Netherlands, which was quite an easy series. So leading into the series, they were quite good, but unfortunately against Sri Lanka, they were just bamboozled by the fast bowler. So I just hope whatever they do in the first 6 overs, they set the tone, whether they bat or bowl.
All right. Who are your favourites?
Definitely Afghanistan for me, because I think I love the way they play their cricket. They're very organized in their strategy. Got a good leader in Rashid. Lots of experienced players in the mix, with a few influx of young players as well. Definite favourites for me, Afghanistan.
All right. That is the setup done. It is a crunch game. There is no room for error for Bangladesh. Abhinav, Mukund, Farveez, Maharoof, thank you so much for setting up the game for us. Abhinav will be with us to build up live to the game as well. So be sure to join us just ahead of toss time on CMF by Nothing presents ESPN Cricinfo Timeout.
Best budget thrown out this year.
CMF Phone 2 Pro. Search now on Flipkart.